Within 24 hours of the governor giving his assent to the controversial domestic partnership bill, it already faces the prospect of a legal challenge.
We were instructed this morning to pursue a potential legal challenge. We have those instructions from an individual, and the next step is to consider, where and when and how to bring about that process. Certainly Section 15 of the Constitution gives the right to an individual who feels they are aggrieved as a result of their rights under the Constitution being infringed to bring an action in the Supreme Court.
The identity of the client who will be responsible for bringing the case before the island's highest court is not being revealed yet. But Mr. Pettingill says the legal action will begin within weeks or even days. Supporters of the Domestic Partnership Act point out that it does give gay couples the right to a civil partnership and many legal protections. But Mr. Pettingill says that's not true equality.
People like myself, and I think others on the human rights issue, say there cannot be a middle ground and that you cannot cherry pick on human rights, that they are there across the board for everybody, including every provision of service. So every human being is entitled to the same right and services as every other human being, regardless of their sexual orientation. That includes the right to the service of a contractual marriage.
The legislation has prompted an international Twitter campaign called #BoycottBermuda, with hundreds of people retweeting the phrase and many saying they will not visit the island. What seems to have offended many people is that gay marriage was legal in Bermuda from May last year before being banned. British MP Chris Bryant says the move is a mistake.
150 years ago, lots of people in this country thought that slavery was fine, never thought to question it. And I suspect that in 100 years' time, people will turn around and go, what on earth were people saying? What were they thinking? What was going through their heads when they decided that some people were second-class citizens and shouldn't be treated equally under the law to everybody else?
For those hoping the same-sex marriage debate may have been settled by the governor yesterday, it looks like disappointment lies ahead. Even if the Supreme Court here rules in favour of the government, law experts say they'll fight for their case in higher courts in Britain and Europe. Hywel Davies, Bermuda Broadcasting News.